The Michael Berry Show.
For those people who say that Trump's not Trump when he's on the teleprompter, well, that's true. Sometimes you don't want Trump to be Trump. I find that people that like the show, they like the personal attacks, they like the jabs, sort of off-color comments, the innuendo, they enjoy the kind of nuttiness of it all. They want that show. They need their attack dog to be in attack mode. The problem is when he's in that mode, there are a lot of people he turns off. But when you explain that to people who like him when he's in attack mode, they go, well, scum, they're not good. They don't like him. It's not, everybody is not the biggest fan of Trump or the biggest enemy of Trump. One of the things the data shows is there are a lot of Americans who like the policies and don't like the behaviors. And the biggest Trump supporters will say, well, you can just screw off. Well, I guess. And I spent a year battling that, and I'm not going to battle it anymore. I've learned there's some people that are never going to be convinced. How about this? If the goal is to build the wall, we can argue over whether every single thing Trump does is good for the cause or whether some of it is counterproductive. What you can't argue over is that the man is doing more than any president in American history to deal with this intractable problem, and that he is fighting the good fight. You can't take that away from him. He is doing that. But what he did last night, and I think it was very disciplined, he's not good at that. That's not his natural surrounding. He hasn't spent 25 years going to the Chamber of Commerce and delivering speeches, and he's not a college debater. He's not a litigator who spent time in the courtroom. This is not, the flowery language with the trappings of the White House is not his strong suit, and he knows it. But he did it because it needed to be done. He did it, and in so doing, he wrapped himself in the cloth of looking like a president. And I'd almost tell you that sometimes that which bothers the base is what he needed to do at that moment. We have to remember, we're talking about over 300 million people in this country. Not everybody either goes to a Trump rally and wears a MAGA hat or works for CNN and hates him and the followers. There are a lot of people in between who really just want the problem solved. What Trump had to do was say, hey, look, you don't have to like my tweeting. You don't have to like my comments. You don't have to like my jabs. You might cringe at some of the things I say. But if you want to solve the actual problem, what I'm doing is going to solve the problem. And it is a problem. That's what he needed to do. And I would argue he did that very well. Language like that, crisis of the heart and crisis of the soul. This is a choice between right and wrong, between justice and injustice. This is the cycle of human suffering I am determined to end. Those are strong lines.
MichaelBerry.com